Alright guys, it is very cloudy outside, so I am kind of hoping for some rain. Although, if some of you know or have seen on Instagram, I do drive a very, very small car, so I hope it doesn't rain that bad. I had to get rid of my truck, so obviously if it floods, I will be floating down the river. Oh, I just realized. Oh, give me a second. Sorry about that. I forget sometimes. So like I was saying, you know, if it does rain, as some of you know, I have a very small car, so I will be floating down the river. I just hope that it gives a nice break before I have to leave for work. Anyway, oh no, there's a fingerprint on it. I wanted to show you guys how pretty this is. So I got a new printer the other day. I may have mentioned it. It prints the most magnificent photos. I am so in love. And I got a big old rebate back on it, so the printer is pretty much halfway paid for itself. And I am thinking about printing off some of my photos and sending them down to my mom's house as greeting cards, because she has her own little business, so I can put them in her shop. And hopefully her customers will love them enough that they want to grab a few of them. I thought that would be really cool. So, and I know a lot of people love my photography. It's been a long time since I started taking professional photos, but I just kind of really started delving back into it again, and I really do enjoy it. It's very fun. It's just kind of a hobby type deal. So, of course, today we all know what we are doing. Oh yeah, I bet you guys are excited. So, we went ahead and reinforced this the other day. I hope you guys join me, because the spine is now very strong, and I must have used a sturdier cardboard in this one. Oh no, yeah, the glue's finally stabilized really well, so they're nice and sturdy. So I think I'm going to start with this one because I have some really good ideas for the paper. I also kind of had an idea today while I was gathering up the supplies. So I'm going to have to measure exactly how wide I want it to sit when it's stored away. And for those of you who don't know, this is a quilting ruler. You can get them at just about any craft store. I use them in pretty much all of my projects. So our inside of our journal is going to be, or our lap book is going to be about 2 inches. So I kind of had a really neat idea. And a lot of this journal is going to be upcycled, but not all of it. So grab your cardboard, and if you have manila envelopes, grab those too. If you don't, I think you can pick some up at Walmart for dirt cheap. Even the 99-cent stores may have them. If not, then you can always use a really thin, flimsy cardboard. So we have this wonderful behemoth. I got it on clearance. I know I told some of you the other day, and it was an amazing find. So let's go ahead and measure. It is going to be 8 and approximately 3/4. Aw, come here. Come here. She wants to help, guys. Say hi. Says, no, I just want you to love me. Just love me. I know. So she has her own Instagram. I've been slacking a little bit. I gave her a bath. We bought her a cute little bathtub the other day. And I haven't posted the final photos for her finishing up her little bath. If you want to check her out, it's at Little Miss Lexi, or Little Lexi Ann. Little Lexi Ann is her Instagram. I'll try and throw it in the description box if anyone wants to follow her. But she is such a sweetie and has her own like ginormous personality. Her and her best friend Fluff. Oh, he's sitting below the desk. He likes to sit on the curtains. So, all right, go lay down. So it's 8 3/4. I think we'll just go with that. So that means we need, oh my, yes, we're going to need this to be approximately 8 3/4. So let's go ahead and we're going to trim off this ugliness on the bottom. All right. And 9, 8 3/4. All right. And now, oh boy. What are you doing, troublemaker? We need it to be 5 1/4. So that'd be 10 1/2. 11 1/2. We need it to be 11 1/2 inches. So what I'm doing is I'm making the flip piece. So it's going to be this times 2 plus your inch, because remember this is going to be 2 inches, so it'll be an inch on each side. So that'll be 11 1/2. 11. Oh my. So it's going to be a little short. I should have grabbed the bigger envelopes. Oh, they were just right there. I can save these for another project. One moment, please. Alrighty, so I have these ginormous envelopes that will work out perfect. Alright, so we need, no, I forgot the measurement for how, I think it's 8 1/2, right? Did I say 8 1/2? You guys were like, yes, you did. But you can't hear me. I know. Okay, so, yes, no, 8 1/4. See, measure twice, cut once. So, oh my, this one's long. I kind of like this one though, for that very reason, because even though it flips over the sides, this cutting board can still kind of cut it. Alright. See, look at that. Even though it went over the sides. Are you trying to get in that chair, love? I know, there's too much crap in it. I'm sorry. I always. She's trying to sit in the chair next to me, but I have so much crafting supplies on it. Alright, so I said 11 1/2. There we are. Now, we are going to cut 2 of these. So an 11 1/2 by 8 1/4. I got some glue on these that leaked in my bag. Oh, there you go. Go lay in your doggy bed. So 8 1/4. That's a little bit more difficult. Let's move this way some. Here we go. We do 8 1/4. There we go. Bye. I like this side better. 11 1/2. I think I cut that other one too short. I feel like I did. Nope, I did not. Perfect. So we have 2 at 11 1/2 for this specific journal. So if you're doing it with the journal the same size as mine, or if you're doing it with a different journal, it'll be this measurement times 2, and it'll be this measurement divided in half, divided by 2. So you take this measurement divided by 2 and add it to this measurement, which you have times by 2 already. And of course you got to cut it the height of the journal. So I hope that's not too confusing for you guys. All right. Now, let's see here. It was 5 1/4. It's funny, I can remember some of the measurements off the top of my head and others I can't. Isn't that funny? It's silly, isn't it? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take these and set them aside. I should have grabbed my garbage can, but oh well. So, yes, that is approximately 5 1/4. So on our folding board, we're going to do 5, and that little dot right there is 1/4. And then again, we're going to do 5 1/4, which means this should come out to be approximately 1 inch. There we have it. So now we are going to obviously fold along that line. Oh, I don't think that slipped off the... It did, that's why. 5 1/4. There we have it. Look at that. Isn't that perfect, guys? I love it. Okay. Now, we got to do one more. Now, for this one, I kind of want this to not be seen. Let's see here. 5 1/4. I want to make sure. Oh yeah, this will be perfect. See how this is covered up by the ruler? That means I won't be able to see it. So we'll do 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, making this 1 inch exactly. Fits right in between the two lines. I hope you can see my grooves here. So now we're going to fold this. And I'm going to fold again. Now, had you done this and not put on your tie straps here, you could have used these to mount your tie straps. So for me, this is just going to add a lot of reinforcement on this one. And on this one, oh wait, I did do it on this one. I felt like I didn't, but that is okay. I know what I didn't do on this one. I didn't distress it. So now we have that done. Isn't that going to be wonderful? And it's just glue it right on there. So perfect. Perfect, perfect. But before we get to gluing, I want to cut a few more pieces. Let's see here. We got to measure the spine. I don't remember it. I need more of a flexible ruler. Okay, so I got my little flexible dude here, I think. Okay, yes. I wanted to make sure that it didn't accidentally zoom out. Oh, the other half messaged me. Oh, yeah, he did. I was talking to him earlier about some upgrades in the office to make more space for filming. I think that would make me feel more comfortable while filming. So 2.5. And of course, we already know how tall. But just to help you guys out, it's 2.5 by 8 3/4. So, all right. So now we're going to put away the folding board because we really don't need it. And if you don't have a folding board, that is okay. You can do it manually. One way that I did it before I had a folding board, I would use this ruler or another hard ruler, and I would take like a pair of scissors and just score it with the scissors lightly, and that would give you a really good folding line. Even like a kid's hard ruler would work too. So if you don't have all of these tools, that is perfectly okay. You do not have to have them. Do not feel obligated to upgrade. You can just use what you have. I was going to use this fabric, but it's looking like I won't need to. Alrighty, isn't that going to be so much fun? Alright, now what we get to do is we get to... Oh, and I'm losing everything. We get to cover our journal with paper. How am I... So I'm going to match it with the cover. And I actually feel like these Tim Holtz packs are going to match really well. I like that one. I feel like because it's like the Cornhill magazine that it should be fully vintage. This is more of like fabric and sewing planning, so I don't think I want to do that one. I can do this one though, because a lot of flour sacks in the old days, they printed pretty patterns on them because ladies started using them to make dresses. So that's why they started printing pretty patterns on them. Ooh, this one's more like botany and file keeping. Cornhill magazine. I feel like that'd be more rustic, not like botany. But the file keeping, I like this one. Let's see what else. Oh, we got some of these smaller ones. I think I'll use those for when we get more in depth. Ooh, here we go. Okay, so we already picked out that one. And I have to thank my Aunt Trudy for these. She went ahead and got them. She's such a lovely lady. I love her so much. She actually has been under the weather lately, so prayers would be greatly appreciated. She actually had to go back in to see the doctor twice. So just hopes and prayers for her to get better. Definitely would be wonderful. Alrighty. So we got a couple of different papers here. I definitely want to use this one. I really, really love this one. I'm feeling... No, I don't want that one, but I do want this one. I love this one, but I'm not sure. Okay, there's a piece of it right here that will work. So we need 4 pieces, and I can use, yeah, that'll work perfect. So we need 4 pieces, and then of course there's going to be strips. I like this one. I really, really like this one. I actually just used this one on a custom order, and I like this one better than this one. So I think I just discovered all of the ones I'm going to use. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now remember, we need 5 1/4 by 8 3/4. So let's confirm that. 8 3/4 by 5 1/4. Perfect. We're gonna move these down here. I have little stools sitting next to me to hold all of my extras. All right, so we need our behemoth again. And before I bought this, I had a smaller one that I used. One of my regular followers, Debbie, she went and picked up the smaller one because she likes cutting paper and working on wonderful projects just as much as I do. All right, so I love this area, but in the same aspect, I love this area too. I feel like this would fit more of what I'm going for the like farm type, where this would be more foreign, especially with the coins and the fact that it says France. So I'm going to stick right here. So we're going to do a 5 1/4. And just to be safe, I'm going to move it up about halfway through the quarter, because I know that these ended up being a little bit shorter. And we are going to do 8 and a little above 3/4. So a notch above 3/4. And you can always cut off. You can never really add on. I mean, you can if you use a sewing machine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't intend to do that, it's always easier to cut off than to add on. Alrighty, so yeah, genuine Whitman accelerators, made in England. That's okay though. That is okay. So we're going to use this side. $5 1/4. Yeah, by 8 3/4. Of course, I'm going a notch above just to be safe. We're gonna have scraps galore. I gotta make some more scrap packs. If you guys haven't watched that tutorial yet, you might want to head on over and check it out. I'll try to remember to link it below. I had a lot of fun with that one, and a lot of people really love it. I think I'm going to use my lap book the same as I've been doing with the scrap packs. Use them to store excess stuffings. Sometimes I get a little overflow, and it really works amazingly for storing some of your extra supplies. All right. I don't like how that's curling, so we're just gonna have to whack that off. All right. Yeah. So it's been pretty chill around here. I was supposed to go down today and do my testing for to get into college, but yesterday I didn't get a chance to film for you guys, so because I was feeling under the weather. I'm kind of okay with it because I don't feel like I'm quite ready to go down and test. This evening when I get home, I'm going to be practicing, hopefully, and preparing, because when I was under the weather, I was also supposed to be researching and doing a bit of homework to make sure I was ready for the testing. So I slept most of the day, actually pretty much almost all of the day yesterday. I think I was awake for like 5 or 6 good hours. And then I came home and I worked on a custom order. Oh, dude, I haven't peeled this off yet. I'm slacking. So I came home and worked on a custom order. And then after that, went straight to bed. But today, thankfully, I am feeling so much better. So, the other day, I was watching Bones. And spoiler alert, one of their main characters that I really, really liked, and I'm sure if you guys watch Bones, you really, really like him too. He was killed off. So I guess it's not 100% a spoiler alert, but it is a little bit. So if you know who I'm talking about, drop it in the comments. If you're curious, you can read the comments. If you don't want to know because you don't want it spoiled, then don't read the comments. So I'm not kidding, I cried a million tears because it was so sad. So I went on YouTube, and of course I had to find out why he was killed off. All right, now we have to do, before I keep talking and go on a tangent, we just cut the 4 pieces for inside of these. Now and technically we can cut these strips too. So now we got to cut these strips, and we also have to cut the strip that goes in for the spine. So, okay, now I can go on my tangent about who they murdered on Bones. So, the main character anyway. So I was very, very, very sad, and I actually was distraught for about 2 days. It was bad, and I woke up with the worst headache. So that was part of the problem, but the rest of it, I did not feel good at all. So I don't know why, but thankfully I'm feeling better today, and I'm able to hopefully get a wonderful tutorial out to you guys. Okay, so we did 2.5 inches for the spine, and remember it is 8 1/4 inches tall. I like the flowers, but I also like the tickets. This has a ticket too, though. I like the flowers more. And I can always add this piece in later or something. Alright. And there's for our spine. Now we need little inch pieces. And I love this paper, so I think I'm going to use that for one of the little inch pieces. So it's going to be 8 1/4 by 1 notch. I love all this writing too. So. All right, now we need them to be well, do we want it to be exactly an inch? Or do we want it to be, actually I should use this ruler. Yeah, so it is exactly an inch. I think I'm going to drop down and do just below an inch. So it'd be like instead 1/8 of an inch less than an inch. So we're going to do, I like this. I like the dirty side. It's all grungy looking. So we have an inch here. Oh, wow. Wow. So we're going to have to use the inch mark on this side. Right there. There we have it. All right, let's see how it looks. I love it. What do you guys think? I think it's perfect. I think we're going to have to trim a little off the top and the bottom to, well, no, I think it's perfect. And then we can just dress these edges really perfect with the inker. So, all right, now we need 4 more of these. Just 1 notch before an inch. Oh, feel like a dur-dur-dur. Okay. Now, do we want, because we have a couple other scraps over here. I want to look at them. I like the yellow one. There was a yellow, yeah, this one. So I think I also want to use this one. What we're going to do, yeah. So I want it to be approximately in the middle of both. I want to get the writing in there, and I want to get like this gunkiness. So 3/4, 1 notch above that. Perfect. All right, now we need the notch before the inch. Take off 1/8 of an inch, I think it is. Oh, I think I hear thunder. All right. Yes, I love it. I don't know if that's thunder or a car. I also got the dehydrator running, so making me some jerky. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with it. Alrighty, now we have all of our pieces cut. Alright, now I want to show them to you because some of you might be confused, and I just want to make sure you're not confused. Okay. Oh, you know what? I should have cut one more. I need to cut one more of these. That's okay. We'll go back. So, this is obviously for the spine. Oops. Famous last words, right? So, if you guys haven't watched my spine tutorial yet, please go and watch how I curve some of my spines. Obviously, not all of my spines are curved like that. I use a couple of different techniques, and some of them I can't give away because I got them from other creators, so that would be their responsibility to teach you. Not really their responsibility, but if you want to learn that technique, you'd have to learn it from them. Okay. Oh, that's why I got this. So I don't want this to really be seen, especially the string. So I brought this fabric to cover that up, and then we can distress the fabric possibly too. So that'll definitely reinforce the spine really well. So we have our centerpiece here. And of course, this is going to sit here. And then we have this one on this side. So when we close it, this is what we're going to get. I hope you guys kind of have a good idea now of what we are doing. Yeah, I do. I have a knack for working this stuff out in my brain. Okay, so we're going to fold these out flat so we can kind of see them. There we go. So now we're going to piece them together. I want you here, and I already have an idea for this plate. And you, we may have to trim some of these off, but that's okay. And you, okay, now we have these little guys. I can't decide. Let's see, are we gonna do, oh yeah, actually I kind of like the mix and matching, but on the other hand, on the outside, you know, we might want to see these match up as well. Let's see, how do you look? Oh yeah, it still looks really good right there, but I kind of oops. Well, I guess it'll determine what it looks like. I do like the idea of these on the outside, but I think with the red, the yellow would look so much better. So let's take a look at the red with the yellow. Yes, yes. Okay, so it has been decided. The yellow will go on the outside, and these beautiful flower prints will go on the inside. Okay. Oh, that's not flower. There we have it. Now we need to pick our pages for right here, which I forgot to do. That is completely okay though. We're just gonna set this behind us. All right, so I think I'm gonna use, oops, I keep dropping everything. I'm gonna use what I have, because, oh, maybe I will get, I like that one. I really love this yellow, but I don't think it's gonna be wide enough. No, it's not wide enough. Excuse me, but we can save these for pockets or something. So none of my scraps that I have, except for this one, are going to be wide enough. I pretty much cut down the rest of them. See, all of these are going to be wonderful for scrap packs. I don't really want to use botany. We can use this one. And, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm kind of knocking you guys around. And we already used those two, so I guess these two are it. Yeah, I kind of like the signature thing. So we'll go with these two. Alright, now we need our board back. Alrighty. I was gonna say, I hope I hit record. I would feel mighty dirt-to-dur if I didn't. Alright. So, decisions. Alphabets. I like the dates more. I feel like the alphabets would be too, like, I don't want to say smart, but yeah, it's more like scholastic type deal instead of farm country type deal. Okay. Alright, and we're gonna go with 8. There we go. 8 1/4. And we need one more. We'll put this with our scraps. I liked this side. Okay. So I really like this, but there's some like torn paper going on top. We're gonna trim that off. All right. I like the signature part too, though. I really will go with. I guess right there. And then 8 3/4. There we go. We should have, oops, my bad. We should have all of our papers now. Now, if you want to, which would be really cool, and I might do that, you can sew around these before you glue them down. I feel like that would be, no, because I feel like some of them, for what I'm gonna do, don't need, well, yeah, I think I'm gonna distress these, and then I'm gonna go sew on a few of them, and then I will be back. Alright guys, I just got back from the sewing machine. And look at all these pretties. Oh my. Now I just gotta remember how I put them in there, huh? So, now that we have everything ready, I'll put that over here. We can begin to assemble our wonderful lap book. Now, remember, this is just kind of a base model. It's just the beginning, so we are not going to be getting into sophisticated stuff until a little bit later. So what do you guys think? I'm completely in love with it. So I want these two together, and I actually want this one on the outside, and I want these two together. Okay, so, but we're gonna, yeah, I actually kind of like, nah, I like it like this better. And then of course we have the green in the middle. And then these pieces will go on the outside. So let's get started. And I'm not gonna bind this piece in yet, so. I may break this video down into 2 pieces also. Actually, I think I am going to do that. I have an hour before I have to be at work. So let's hope I can get this done in a reasonable hour. So I want to trim this off because I'm going to use it for a different project. I always love using these fuzzies for the edge of the book. And actually we'll probably end up using it in this project as well. There we go. I probably should have done this before I turned on the camera, but that is completely okay. So we're just gonna, I'll come back and finish that later. So, obviously we're gonna need an 8 1/4 inches tall. Set these over here. Set these down here. You too. We're gonna use this lovely an 8 1/4, and we're not going to go over a tad on this either. We're just going to keep it right at 8 1/4. Oh, well, I guess we just notched it. This one's not like my other one. Other one works good on fabric. Okay, now we're gonna do it by, oh, why not? Well, 3 1/2 inches is perfect. So we need to obviously move our cupboard because it's more of a nuisance than anything. So Don't worry about this extra whatever. This we do need to be exact, however. Okay, we are going to have to trim off a little bit. So I think the best cheater pumpkin eater way to do this is to line it up like this. Make sure all this is good to go. All right. Now we need a pen. We're just gonna draw a nice little, and this pen is not showing up. Not wanting to work. Much better. I like these pens. All right. That's how big we need our strip of fabric to be. I hear you, kiddos. So for those of you who are new, we have a little basket off to that side that the little kids sit in. Obviously, you got to see Lexi earlier in the trilogy while she was helping us distress our papers. She's a little silly. Here we are. All right. Now we can start breaking out the glue. Here we go. Nice big old bottle of Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1 by Beacon. Both of those work wonderfully. And let's just go ahead and start gluing. Of course, you always got to get the edges. Get the edges nice and good. And just go back in and loop-de-loop. Alright. Perfect. All right. That looks like we might need some more right here. It dried too fast. Oh, wonder what's going on next door. All right, there we are. Much better. Oh, right there needs some new glue. Usually I'm pretty. I wonder if it's how dry it is today. Well, it's dry in the house anyway. Outside it is all kinds of cloudy and, you know, all that nonsense. I don't know what the humidity is though. All right. Perfect. Rub our fingers together and get the glue off. Now let's go back in and glue this lovely little section. And we're just gonna press it on and oops, press it on in there. There we are. Alright, and now we're just going to finish it off. Nope, that fabric needs trimmed a little bit. Alright, now just press everything down. Alrighty. Oh. There's a bubble right there, but that's okay. Get everything smoothed out. Clean up that little bit right there. You can even clean off your fingers now. Give this a little time to get tacky. There we are. Oh, looks like this needs trim too. Just a little bit. Okay. And I kind of like having this extra frizz right here. Looks kind of nice. Press it down. Alrighty. Now we need our distressing tool. And we need our ink. Now we're just gonna distress it as much as we like. All right, perfect. Here we are. Alrighty, now we are ready to glue these in. Perfect. Actually, we should probably glue our pieces to this, I feel like. Well, no, I think it'll be okay. I want a little excess glue on this one since it's going to be physically mounted to the book, so it's going to be taking on some of the strain, plus holding the weight of these pages. So I've got a line up there and there. Go ahead, press it in place. Alrighty. Oops. There we have it. Alright, yes, and don't forget extra glue. Ran out of things to say right now. I hope it rains. I'll so enjoy that. If any of you ever lived in Arizona and smelled the rain, or even visited and smelled the rain, you would know. You would know. Alright, line that up. Arizona rain is just, it's magical. The smell, the feel, it's just beautiful. Alrighty. So I think that's where I'm going to end the video today. I know I kind of wish I would have done more, but I ran out of time. So, well, I don't think I really ran out of time. I could probably get a little bit more in, but I obviously don't want to be late for work. So, now you guys kind of know how this looks. You've seen the book plates, so I might just say if you guys can figure it out, go ahead and glue them in. If not, then stay tuned and I will glue them in with you in our next video. But I will have to say, do not glue in your centerpiece just yet. There's some steps that I want to go over before you glue in this piece. So if you feel like you can accomplish gluing in these pieces, go for it. If you want to wait, I would love if you waited and crafted with me. So we have a lot of steps that were finished today, and I'm really loving how it's coming out, how beautiful it is. Oh, it's just amazing. All right, I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. I will see you on the next video, and hopefully we will have it finished soon, but it's gonna be a few more videos before it's complete because I have some really neat ideas. And one of them might actually be a 2-step process, so we'll see how that goes. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for tuning in, and if you want to sew your little pieces before we get to the next steps, now would be your time. I just sewed around the edges like this on all of them, so I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!